I can't even lift my left arm to comb my hair. I used to carry planks all day, and now I can barely hold a kettle without shaking. This isn't only about muscles, it's about reconnecting the body and the mind. I have seen too many people lose their strength because they think that aging means getting weaker. But the truth is, the body never forgets how to revive. My name is Dr. Noah Jupe, a physiotherapist based in London, specializing in helping people over 50 regain their strength, balance, and confidence in movement. Over the past 20 years, I've met hundreds of patients, people who were once strong and active but slowly realized one day they could no longer lift their arms high enough to reach a shelf or pour a full kettle of water. They didn't realize that when the arms weaken, it's not just a sign of age, it's the body's quiet warning that independence is beginning to slip away. One crisp autumn morning, I met Mr. Arthur Wells, 71, a former carpenter. When he entered my clinic, he tried to smile, but I could see the fatigue in his eyes. "Doctor," he said, "I can't even lift my left arm to comb my hair. I used to carry planks all day, and now I can barely hold a kettle without shaking." I invited him to sit down and said softly, "Arthur, your body hasn't failed you because of age. It just needs to be reminded how to move again, and I'll help you do that." What is a pasta? The truth is, after the age of 60, people lose an average of 3% of muscle mass every year, especially in the arms, shoulders, and chest. These are the very muscles we rely on for everyday life. When they weaken, carrying groceries or opening a jar becomes difficult, and even balance is affected since our arms help stabilize us when we stumble. I told Arthur this decline could be reversed with just a few minutes of training each day. I explained the 3 core movement groups I teach him: lifting, pushing, and pulling, the same motions we use throughout life but rarely think about. "We're not training to be 20 again," I said. "We're training to live confidently in the body you have now." That first session, I gave him a simple exercise: towel pulls. Holding both ends of a towel, he gently pulled it apart in front of his chest. Within seconds, his shoulders trembled, his arms stiffened, and sweat appeared on his brow. He laughed nervously. "Hard to believe I used to work with timber all day, and now this towel feels like a workout." I smiled. "That's perfectly fine, Arthur. It means your muscles are still there, they're just asleep, and today, you're waking them up. It is not leave them on over to Calanchin, and rest of all those where." As he rested, I told him about a recent study from Cambridge University. Performing just 3 simple arm exercises a day for 8 weeks increased muscle strength by up to 25%, while also improving confidence, balance, and sleep quality. "See," I said, "this isn't only about muscles, it's about reconnecting the body and the mind." When the session ended, Arthur sat quietly, relaxing his arms. "I feel warmth in my hands again," he said softly. "It's like the blood is flowing for the first time in years." "That's the first sign of recovery," I replied. "When blood flows, healing begins. The key is to keep it going a little bit every day." I sent him home with a 10-minute daily plan: 3 easy exercises, no equipment needed; towel pulls, to awaken the arms and shoulders; wall pushes, a safe, gentle version of push-ups; water lifts, lifting small bottles to strengthen the biceps. "Don't think of it as exercise," I told him. "Think of it as a conversation with your body. Every time you raise your arm, you're telling it, 'I'm still here, and I'm still trying.'" Before he left, I asked, "Do you believe you can do this, Arthur?" He smiled, this time with light in his eyes. "I don't know what the result will be," he said, "but for the first time in years, I feel hopeful." "That's enough," I said. "Once you begin, your body will take care of the rest." It is we sung and cresting. If you're listening to this and you recognize yourself in Arthur, feeling weak, struggling to lift your arms, or fearing that your body is no longer the same, remember, your body hasn't given up on you. It's just waiting for you to wake it up. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to perform these 3 simple arm exercises safely and effectively. And if you'd like a detailed version of the plan I used with Arthur, leave a comment with the number 1, follow, and subscribe. Because health isn't a destination, it's a journey, and that journey can begin today. After a month of consistent training, Arthur returned to my clinic looking far livelier. "Dr. Jupe," he said eagerly, "I've been doing the wall pushes and bottle lifts every morning. I feel lighter, but there's one thing: my arms still ache after I finish, and I don't sleep very well." I smiled. "That's a very good sign, Arthur. Your body is waking up, but now your mind needs to learn how to rest. It's time I teach you something more important than strength breathing. I explained that true recovery isn't just about muscles, it starts with how we breathe. When breathing is deep and controlled, the nervous system, heart, and muscles all begin to work in harmony. Studies from Cambridge show that the 4-6-8 breathing method, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 6, exhale for 8, lowers blood pressure, steadies the heart, and improves focus, especially for those over 60. I had him try it immediately. Close your eyes, Arthur. One hand on your chest, one on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 6, and exhale gently through your mouth for 8. He followed my lead. At first, his breath was uneven, but soon his shoulders dropped, his face softened, and a calm smile appeared. My head feels lighter, he said. That's your body and mind finally sinking, I replied. Next, I told him to combine the breathing with the resting squat I'd taught in a previous session. When you lower yourself, inhale deeply. When you rise, exhale slowly. Don't count the seconds. Count the breaths. He trembled at first, but quickly found rhythm. Every slow breath steadied his balance. The look of worry in his eyes gave way to confidence. I explained that when breath and movement align, the parasympathetic nervous system activates the body's natural repair mode. The heart slows, blood pressure drops, and muscles absorb oxygen more efficiently. In short, I said, breath is the most powerful medicine you already have. A week later, Arthur returned with a smile. Doctor, I've been sleeping so well. I wake up refreshed. Those breathing exercises really work. I laughed. Of course they do. Your body knows how to heal, it just needed time. The following week, I invited him to the park near the clinic. The morning air was cool, the trees shimmering with dew. I told him, let the wind touch your skin. Listen to the birds. Feel every breath. He stood there, eyes closed, hands outstretched. I'd forgotten how this feels, he whispered. I smiled. Nature is the oldest gym in the world. It trains not only the body, but also the soul. After 20 minutes of gentle movement, Arthur said, I don't know if it's the air or the exercise, but I feel stronger than I have in years. I nodded. It's both, but more importantly, you're starting to believe in your body again. 2. In Mater, recovery, I told him, isn't just about regaining strength, it's about rebuilding your relationship with your body. It has carried you through 70 years of life. Now it's your turn to take care of it. Before leaving, he said quietly, Dr. Jupe, for the first time in years, I'm not afraid to bend down anymore. I can feel every movement and I feel alive. I smiled. That, Arthur, is true strength, not of muscle, but of peace. Many state plans souverperd in have socking in her presidents. In the next part, I'll share how Arthur learned to maintain this progress through balanced nutrition, rest, and a healthy mindset, so that his recovery didn't just last months, but years. A few days later, Arthur returned again, his step quicker, his spirit brighter. Dr. Jupe, he said, I still shake after 20 seconds, but I'm doing better. I smiled. That shaking means your body's learning to grow stronger. I introduced the wall press, a gentle alternative to push-ups. Stand one arm's length from the wall, palms at chest height. Breathe in as you lean forward. Breathe out as you push back. Don't rush, feel the movement, and set a vellum shivered. After a few tries, sweat appeared on his brow. It's strange, he said. I used to push heavy wood all day, and now the wall wears me out. I laughed. That's not weakness, Arthur. It's your body remembering how to coordinate again. I explained how wall presses activate the chest, shoulders, and triceps essential for lifting and stability. A study from Oxford University found that just 10 minutes of daily wall pressing improved upper body strength by 30% in adults over 60 and reduced fall risk dramatically. Next, I handed him 2 small water bottles. These will be your weights today. He chuckled. Really? Yes, I said. It's not the tools that matter. It's consistency. He lifted the bottles slowly, elbows close to his sides. After a few reps, his arms flushed red with effort. I can feel the fire, he said. Exactly, I replied. That's your body's energy waking up. By the end of the session, Arthur was grinning. I can't believe how alive I feel after this. Because you're taking control again, I said. That's the real victory. I sent him home with simple instructions. 10 minutes a day, no excuses. Treat it like brushing your teeth, a habit of health. 2 weeks later, Arthur returned, standing taller. Doctor, I can lift heavier bottles now, and my wife says I can open the jam jars faster than her. We both laughed. His shoulders were broader, and even his posture had improved. Did you know, I said, most back pain in older adults doesn't come from a weak spine, but from weak shoulders and arms? When the upper body fails, the back has to overwork. He nodded thoughtfully, and I shared another patient's story. Mrs. Eleanor, 68, who had chronic shoulder pain but regained full mobility after 8 weeks of the same routine. The change wasn't magic, I told him. It was persistence, one day at a time. Before leaving, I said, Arthur, remember, the goal isn't to be the strongest man, it's to feel free in your own body again. He smiled. I think I'm starting to enjoy this. That's the best sign, I said. When you start to enjoy movement, your body will never stop improving. It is Rob's and the right in the cell face. In the next part, I'll tell you how Arthur learned to sustain this transformation through proper rest, nutrition, and balance, turning recovery into a lasting lifestyle. A few months later, I met Mr. Arthur Wells again on a bright sunny morning in London. He walked into my clinic with confident strides, shoulders straight, eyes bright, and a smile full of life. He shook my hand firmly and said, Dr. Juke, this morning I climbed all 3 floors of my house without using the handrail. I honestly can't remember the last time I did that. I laughed and replied, It's not the stairs that have changed, Arthur, it's you. Is another opposite of the Braston. At that moment, I realized the most remarkable transformation wasn't that he could squat deeper or balance longer. It was the renewed belief shining in his eyes. He no longer feared falling, no longer feared aging. Instead, he believed that his body could still learn, adapt, and heal. I said to him, Now the most important thing isn't pushing harder, but maintaining what you've built. Health is like a garden. If you don't care for it daily, it slowly fades. Said, Cern, this, and in Mammon in the Shavan, and in the Gladaverman is all this sound from 7. Then I shared with him 3 simple principles to help keep his body strong and resilient for years to come. Nutrition, movement, and rest. The first principle is restorative nutrition. I explained. After the age of 50, the body's ability to synthesize protein declines. That's why getting enough quality protein each day is key to maintaining muscle. I recommended salmon, eggs, Greek yogurt, lentils, and nuts. These aren't just foods, I told him. They're the building blocks your body uses to repair itself. Which he did not. I also talked about the importance of healthy fats from olive oil, avocados, fatty fish, and walnuts, which reduce inflammation, protect the joints, and support brain function. And don't forget the sunlight, I added. Just 15 minutes of morning light helps your body produce enough vitamin D, vital for bone strength and mental clarity. Arthur nodded, jotting down notes carefully. Then he said, I'll treat every meal like therapy, not just to fill my stomach, but to nourish my body. I smiled. Exactly. Every bite is a way of saying thank you to the body that's carried you all these years. The second principle is rhythmic movement. I told him, you don't need heavy workouts or to break a sweat every day. What your body craves is consistency. Think of it as the 20-minute rule. I broke it down for him. 5 minutes each morning for gentle stretching and joint rotations. 10 minutes at midday for key exercises like the resting squat or heel raises. 5 minutes in the evening for deep breathing and relaxation. Your body loves rhythm, I said. Like your heartbeat, it performs best when kept in steady motion. He chuckled. So I don't need a gym membership, just 20 minutes a day? I nodded. That's right. It's not about where you train, but about sending your body a clear signal. I'm still using you, and you still matter. The third principle, perhaps the most overlooked, is rest. I said, the body doesn't grow stronger while we exercise, but while we rest. When you sleep deeply, growth hormones are released, repairing muscle and joint tissue. I suggested he establish a bedtime routine. Turn off his phone 30 minutes before bed, drink a cup of chamomile tea, and practice the 4-6-8 breathing method. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 6, exhale for 8. A restful night's sleep, I told him, is the finest medicine for aging. A week later, he returned to my clinic, sounding surprised. Doctor, I've been sleeping so deeply these days. I wake up without any back pain. I think I'm truly recovering from the inside out. I smiled. Exactly, Arthur. That's your body saying thank you. 3 months later, I received a postcard from him. In the photo, he was sitting by a quiet lake, sunlight warming his face, a calm smile across it. Beneath the picture, he had written, "Still moving, still smiling." I couldn't help but smile too, because to me, that's the greatest reward. Not because a patient has recovered, but because they've rediscovered the joy of simply being alive in their own body. I always tell my patients, health isn't a destination, it's a journey made of small, steady steps. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start with the simplest things. Take a deeper breath in the morning. Walk a few extra steps in the afternoon. Eat a lighter, earlier dinner. And when night comes, let your body truly rest. Those little habits, repeated daily, form the foundation of lifelong health. If Arthur's story reminds you of your own, remember this: your body can still change, whether you're 55, 65, or 75. Strength, flexibility, and the joy of living are still there, waiting for you to wake them up. Thank you for listening to me, Dr. Noah Jupe. If you'd like to receive my full guide on exercise, nutrition, and recovery for people over 50, please follow, subscribe, and leave a comment with the number 1 below. And remember, health doesn't come from perfection, but from persistence. That journey can begin today.